Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green, I'm right here with you, people, once again. Thank you for being here. Saturday afternoon, people. What were you doing? Huh? What were you up to? Were you like myself, getting things done, things off of the honeydew list? And as we know, fellas, that honeydew list just grows and grows. Something happens. I think every time we get something, one thing off the honeydew list, two things spring in its place. It's like the great female poet Paula Abdul. 2 steps forward, take 2 steps forward, take 2 steps back. It's opposites attract. It's a long story. Well, and it wasn't that the one where the video where she was there with a cat, an animated cat. Was that 80s? Would you consider that? No, that was 80s. Hold on, that was like what, 88? Let's see, Paula Abdul, and who saw her getting weird? Yeah, that was the one with the cartoon cat. Opposites attract, 1988. Paula Abdul and the animated cat. Who saw her getting all weird? I don't know if it was drugs, maybe, or what happened, but she got weird as hell. Like toward the end of her time on American Idol and shit, it was just like, Paula, what's going on here? But yeah, what a good time that was. Joe Della Mura says, Jericho Green, best wishes from London, England. Well, thank you, sir. I hope you're having a great, hope you're having a smashing afternoon. Actually, it's probably what, nighttime there? How far ahead is London? Let's see. Long Dong. No, not Linden. London, people. Gotta spell it right. So it's 9:08 p.m. So you guys are 8 hours ahead of at least the West Coast. 8 hours ahead. So hope you're having a smashing evening, sir. Thank you for being here wherever you are around the world. Obviously, we've gone international. So wherever you are around this floating rock, this pebble floating through space and time, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. You could be lounging somewhere on a Saturday, but you're here with me. I don't know, talking, listening. So the Zen Manito, France. Is that where you're checking this out from? In France and get Paris. Thank you. B-Lo. You know what? B-Lo from Southern California. Let's do a roll call. Where is everybody from? Let's find out. I'm here in California, California. I'm behind enemy lines. I need to have one of those helmets on that say press and a flak jacket, and I need to be walking briskly through a war zone with da 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 in the background. I'm your reporter on the ground, Jericho Green, and as you can see, we're taking mortar fire. So let's see. People are starting to sound off here. Where are you from? Where you from, fool? Where you from, man? Fucker. Lori Ann, what's up? Tell me where you're from too, Lori Ann. Okay, so we have SoCal, Oklahoma, North Hollywood. Oh man, if if California is the human body, then Los Angeles and Hollywood would be like the southern end of the skin bridge. Like they're closest to the butthole of California. North Hollywood. You be careful, man. Remember North Hollywood bank robbery? Those two dudes shot up a bunch of shit and ended up getting killed. What was that, 97 Spike and Madness? We got Michigan. Salt and Light just says here. Okay, wherever you are. Kentucky, Ohio, Yuma, Arizona. I heard a joke about how they came up with the name for Yuma. I'll give you the condensed version. It's cowboy and an Indian. The cowboy shot the Indian. The cowboy went up to the Indian, and the Indian's last words were, Yuma. Oh, and then he died. Like he was going to call him, you motherfucker, but you mother. So, yeah, tell that at your next dinner party, James Bateman. Indiana, Sweden. We know that, DJ John T. New Mexico, the land of enchantment. Honolulu, SoCal, Tacoma, Washington, another New Mexico, SoCal, Cleveland, Idaho, Louisiana, Kentucky, Minnesota. Oh, bummer. Louisiana, Tennessee, sunny Florida, Idaho, Santa Cruz. Dank buds, dude, you're in Santa Cruz. So again, if California was a body, Santa Cruz would be at the northern end of the taint of California, the skin bridge, closer to the rear portion of the scrotum sac. I feel you, dank buds. Actually, we're coming down there in June. We might be going to the boardwalk. Orlando, Michigan, Maryland. People from Maryland say Maryland. Pacific Northwest. So we don't know if it's Oregon, if it's Washington. Lena Horne and friends must be on the lam. She don't want you to know where the fuck she's at. One of my dad's favorite movies was Cabin in the Sky, starring Lena Horne. You talk about an elegant, just timeless beauty. You know those classic beauties back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Lena Horne's at the top of the list. Cabin in the Sky. San Diego, just something. It's Miss Candace to you says California. You must be on the land with Lena Horne. South Carolina, Vagina. I think that means Virginia. Invaded by California. That must be somebody from Texas. Oregon, someone near Olympia. Denmark, way over there. You're near DJ John T. Denmark. All right. Rural Georgia, not regular Georgia, rural. Whitmer's Playground, that's Michigan. Sorry. Oregon, dang buds again, Santa Cruz. Middle GA, Florida, South Carolina. Hey, Lorianne's from New York. North Kakalaka, California, Texas, Kentucky, another Louisiana. Joe Miller is Northern California. All right. Still, I know. Pasadena. Beautiful in Pasadena. That's where the Rose Bowl is, right? Dang buds, we get it. Santa Cruz. Got it. Pennsylvania. Oh, so you're Maggie Bridget. You're under Fetternick's control. Mr. Hoodie and Sweats. So it looks like kind of spread out everywhere, but a big concentration on the eastern part of the United States. New York, Kentucky, Florida, the South, basically, Southeast. A lot from California. David Sobel's from Sydney, Australia. Crikey, David, look at the size of that pigger. Sorry, man. Hope that doesn't make you not want to be a fan anymore. But every time Australia is brought up, it's a problem I have. Kansas City. You're there with Patrick Mahomes and his handsy brother. His brother that can't stop grabbing women by the neck and making them kiss him on the mouth. More Tennessee, more Florida, West Virginia, Texas, Michigan again. Cool. Riverside. Hey, Riverside, fool. Las Vegas. Chris Melbourne from Melbourne, Australia. You know, David. You know that bloke, David. Crikey. Look at that crocodile's big. Colorado, basically a satellite office for California. Sorry about that. Indiana, a lot of love from the Midwest. Another person from New York. Mike Herrera, I'm not even going to say that. You know better than that. Chicago, talk about behind enemy lines. You're probably getting shot at right now. Detroit, you too. You too. All right, looks like we got some generous folks in here already. Sure, thank you. And I think we have our super chat cherry popper right here. You've broken the financial hymen, City Tech. Thank you for being gentle. And City Tech says, thank you. From Chicago, I'm in downtown on Hunger Watch, making sure the teens don't look for food at the high-end stores. Golly. The savagery. I'm telling you, while them kids are down there, when they come down there in groups of 500 and shit, terrorizing, smashing grabs, fucking with people, stripping people of their belongings and trapping them in corners and saying, kill them, kill them. I'm just telling you what I saw. The police need to go to the neighborhoods where you know these kids are from and arrest their parents. I'm kidding, parents. Arrest their moms. Arrest their single mothers. It's the only way you're going to stop that bullshit. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for what my dumbass kids do? Well, let me do something about that. Right? Thank you. We must uplift. Getting lucky in Kentucky. Keep it up. I promise. You keep stopping through. I'll keep doing what I do. Deal? Deal we must uplift? I think it's a deal we can both stick to. What's going on, everybody? So glad you're here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the title, damn, girl. Because the picture is of the star player, Angel Reese, on the LSU women's basketball team. And yesterday they took their trip because they won the national title. So they get their complimentary trip to the White House. And if you remember, a few months back, after they beat Iowa, the president's orderly, Jill Biden, his orderly / wife, said that Iowa should get invited to the White House too because they tried so hard. So then the star player, Angel Reese, whose picture you see there, she said that's a joke. She said we might not even go to the White House. We might go to the Obama's house and see Michelle and Barack. Girl, you so stupid. You so fucking dumb. Somebody plugged your head into the Matrix. Right? That port right in the back of your head. They plugged in your USB cord and told you that Barack Obama was a great president. And he was for black folks. And because you're black, you should root for him. Because if what? She's in college, so she's no more than 22, 23 years old. Obama got out of office in 2016. That was 7 years ago. So this girl was a teenager, not even old enough to vote. And if you go back to 2012, when he got in office, she was 11. She was a child. You want to go back to the first time? Come on, man. Obviously, she's been told this bullshit. Obviously, she's been poisoned. Because you weren't even old enough to vote when Obama was in office. So who told this girl that they are people who need to be celebrated, that you should go there instead of the White House? And not like going to the White House is a good option now because you got Sloppy Joe in there who's probably going to sniff you. But to talk about Barack Obama, like, oh man, we'll go hang out with them. He was great. Where are you going to? You're going to go hang out with them at his new Martha's Vineyard multi-million-dollar estate that's on the waterfront, even though there's climate change and the world's going to flood in 10 years. What was that? What do they keep saying in 10 years? Existential threat? But they're buying beachfront property. Where's Sloppy Joe half the time? At his beach house in Delaware? I don't know. You guys help me out. I'm just a TIN, a tax ID number. I'm just here to crank out tax revenue, keep my head down, and shut the fuck up. Jardinero, Sloppy Joe, haha. You stop me when I'm wrong. Is he not sloppy? That's true, Dynamite. Also flying in jets. These people do not get to and fro by steam-powered vehicles or planes. Do they have steam-powered planes? I don't know. Of course they don't. But they're not taking horseback or anything like that or electric vehicles. Of course they're taking jets. We could try our hardest. We couldn't put out the emissions in a year that they put out in one flight. We could try. We could drive back and forth. We could burn shit in our backyard. We could burn plastic in the backyard all year long. We wouldn't get close to putting out the emissions they put in one flight to go to one of their weird fucking goat blood parties in Davos, Sweden. Oh, we're going for the climate change summit. No, you're not. You're going to bathe in the blood of grass eaters. And there's probably an uptick in missing Swedish children in that neighborhood about a week before you get there. But anyway, the ladies of LSU went to the White House. Do you think it was without drama? Don't be ridiculous. Of course there was drama. DJ John T. But Jericho, they're important people. I will see that and raise you. They're better people. Oh, Switzerland. Thanks, Tori P. Sweden, Switzerland, you know. They're better people than we are. They're not just good. They're better. That's why they look down their coke-filled noses at us. Tax them more. But the ladies went to the White House. One of them passed out. Yes. One of the girls passed out. Biden was probably the first one there to offer mouth to mouth. And then, of course, what is a public speaking engagement without Biden having a verbal failure? What is a public speaking engagement without Biden fucking somebody's name up? Or the name of a company. So this is no different. Not only did he mispronounce one of the players' names, he mispronounced the star player's name. Guys, what do you expect? And it's not so much that he's 80, because we probably all know some sharp 80-year-old people or older than 80. It's the trauma that was inflicted on his brain. 3 aneurysms. 3. And an embolism. You can't come out of that unscathed. And they put him at the top. These people fail up. Where else is that possible? Can you fail up in the private sector? Golly. And Professor Machete, remember that blade-wielding bitch in New York City, that professor at Hunter College? She was fucking with the pro-life kids and messed up their table. Then the New York Times or New York Post reporter show up to her house. She opens the door, says, "Get away from my fucking door." And doing her best impression of some African warlord, she puts a machete to the reporter's neck, then follows them outside with the machete and kicks one of them. But in true New York fashion. And I guess those are only misdemeanors. Threatening somebody and putting a blade to somebody's neck. That's only a misdemeanor because she was released from jail. So something's got to give where you can put a machete to somebody's neck unwarranted. Now, somebody's fucking with you and you happen to be out in your yard cutting shit down. and they're fucking with you, hey, fuck away from me. Somebody's threatening you in some way, and I keep saying at home or something because I don't think you're allowed to carry a machete out in public. Why would you? But whatever. In some way that's legal, you're in possession of a machete, and someone accosts you or threatens your safety. Yeah, use that machete to defend yourself. But if a reporter comes to your door, or any person, they're not showing aggression. They knocked on the door, and he wasn't standing like in her doorway or close to her doorway. He was stepping a couple feet back at a respectful distance. You can't then open your door, put the blade to their neck, and threaten them. But apparently in New York City, you can. So she did that, and she was released from jail. But staying in New York, over here. Here's the opposite to that. Here's something on the other end of the spectrum. Someone called A.O.C. Loco Cortez. Somebody called A.O.C. a piece of shit to her face. Isn't that great? I love it. For some of these commie bastards to have the American people call them a piece of shit. The guy yells at her, "You're a piece of shit." I love it. World Citizen 06. Don't worry. When I actually get to the story, I'm going to do the whole Loco Cortez intro. Don't you worry. But isn't that wonderful? He yelled at her, "You're a piece of shit." Oh, love it. I love it. Jack and Hoff. What's up, Jericho? Oh, Jack and Hoff. I like that. I see what you did there. And I would love to see, Craig the Hunter, we need to see more do the same. I would love to see these people, anytime they go out in public, to just be verbally berated by everybody who sees them. That's got to have an effect. You piece of shit. Fuck you, you crook, you pervert, you fucking monster, you bastard, you drunk bitch. Who would they be talking to if they said that? You word slurring, drunk bitch. You pervert. They could be talking to a bunch of them if they say that. I guess they got to narrow it down. You old child sniffing motherfucker. You got it, man. You got it. You got it. You got it. Hit the thumbs up, please, people. Hit that like and sub and like, share if you would. How about that? How about that? How about sharing? Because sharing means caring. Don't you care about me? Let's show some love since they're showing love. Show some right back. Thank you, Codeine Margarita. I'm surprised you're up this early. I figure if you're sipping on codeine margaritas, you're going to sleep in the next day. Imagine DeSantis as vice president working with Trump. They need to bring back the death penalty to teach these criminals a lesson. You know what? I don't think DeSantis teaming up with Trump is possible, especially how, they've gone back and forth more on Trump's end than DeSantis's. But that would be great. As far as the death penalty, we got too many weenies over here in charge who wouldn't want to do that because it's inhumane. Ever since I can remember, I always thought it was so fucking stupid that, especially when they whittled it down to the fucking lethal injection, saying the other ways were inhumane. How did you get on death row? By doing something inhumane. Tit for tat, eye for an eye, whatever you want to call it. That's what you did to get here. So now this is the time for mercy? We're supposed to show you mercy. You're a real life human monster, and we're supposed to show you mercy? No, this should be the absence of mercy. We're past mercy. Mercy is like 4 or 5 exits back. There's no mercy here. This is the portion of your trip where this is void of mercy. That shit makes no sense to me. It's inhumane. So since we have a bunch of weenies here that don't want to do the right thing, I've said this before, outsource our punishment. Find some poor ass fucking third world country where the leader changes depending on who has the most ammunition that month. How about this? How about the place where we get our cobalt and the lithium for their electric cars? Because, like, caring about the planet means you have to drive an electric car. So why don't we send them for every death row inmate we send over there? That's one African child, because Black Lives Matter and the lives get no blacker than in Africa. So for every death row inmate we send over there to work in the cobalt mines until they die, that's one black child that you're supposed to care about that doesn't have to do that. That's one less child. That's one less black child, because you've been drilling this shit into our heads. You've been force feeding us this Black Lives Matter nonsense. So since Black Lives Matter, send some cisgender white male or whatever the fuck, whatever color they come in, send some American psycho over to Africa to take one of those black children out of the mines. Since you care about black lives, since they matter to you, you let them burn down part of our country, so they must be important. Since Black Lives Matter is so important and it's such a movement, prove it. Send our American pieces of shit who are on death row to these countries where you can save a black or brown life. I would say send them to China to save one of those child slaves that makes most of our stuff, but you don't care about Chinese people. You don't care about them. You let China just torture their people, and the Uyghur, the Christians and the Uyghur Muslims and all that. You don't care about China, so I wasn't even going to bring them up. But since you talk about Black Lives Matter, maybe you can put your money where your communist mouth is, but I guess not. So what I'm trying to say is, thank you, Cody and Margarita. Spun Bearing 65, thank you. He says, coming soon, Pig Olympics. Let's see. Now, do you mean like a real pig? Was that like a slur for 12? No, I don't think you would do that. 12, I fucking hate that. Patrick C, thank you. He says, Obama was great. Told I'm the R word if I don't say that. Yeah, because silence is violence. That's what what is it? Professor Machete, she told that dude at the table, she said, this is violence. Either just someone's presence is violence, or if you don't support them, it's the same as hurting them. Those guys having their table with their pamphlets on it. Because we all know somebody who's been killed by a pamphlet. Him being there with a table and some pamphlets on it is violence. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you, Chris. Very much. Enjoy the Memorial Weekend, sir, and keep up the fight. You too, Chris. Enjoy your weekend as well. Hope you have a chance to put flesh to flame in a celebration. Spunbearing, thank you again. He says Joykoff new DA in San Francisco. Yeah, well, I do have to give her kudos for one thing. She refused to bring charge. Well, not refuse. It's not like she had a choice, but she did not find sufficient evidence to bring charges against the guy who shot the Ku Klux Trans member for stealing at Walgreens. Now, I guess the state attorney general was going to take a look at it, but she twice said that she wasn't going to bring charges. So I hope she doesn't buckle under the pressure of the woke mafia, the woke mob, to bring charges where twice she said there were none. So we'll see. That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Not putting it past them, but that would be kind of fucked up for her to say twice that I'm not going to bring charges on this guy. We watched the footage, we interviewed witnesses, and we interviewed the security guard who pulled the trigger and did not find significant evidence to bring charges against him. So for her to then flip-flop and say that she would, that's pretty fucking terrible. So, and it's going to be weird if the state attorney general all of a sudden finds evidence to bring charges on this guy. Because, I mean, if, like I mentioned before, if the district attorney of San Francisco doesn't see sufficient evidence to bring charges against someone who shot one of their golden calves, you shot a Ku Klux Trans member at a Walgreens in the Bay Area? Do you know what's been going on in Bay Area Walgreens for like 2 or 3 years? Fucking mayhem. So you shot one of them where they're allowed, what did the mayor of DC? I think it was the mayor of DC. Allow them to destroy. That's what she said about the rioters. So if you're going to shoot one of their golden calves in a place where they're allowed to destroy and still not find sufficient evidence to bring charges, then there must not be any. Because you know they were searching high and low for that evidence. They must satiate the woke mob. Every so often, they have to throw a carcass over that fence for them to feed on. If not, they will get loose and feed on you. So she was searching. She wanted that guy to be a sacrificial lamb to keep them at bay. Couldn't do it, though. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. So let's take care of one more super duper chat. We will get started on our honey-do list, huh? Craig the Hunter, I feel you, man. Thank you, though. He says, Jericho, Biden got me so broke, I could only donate $2. I understand, Craig. I get it. No bullshit. I've seen a significant impact with inflation since Sloppy Joe got in office. You know, some things have really taken a hit because people don't have the disposable income that they once did. When all of your shit is taken care of, when all your priorities are taking care of your bills and everything, and you got money sitting around, people are going to purchase things. And if you present them with something, I like that. I like your message. I like how that looks, or both, they're going to buy it. They take their money. They make some of their money my money. Now I have more money. And then my money goes to do what I do here, equipment for this, and my family. So it's good to have people with disposable income because that money starts moving around. But when people don't have that and the money stops flowing to them, then it stops flowing to people like me who own businesses. Fucking idiot. So sometimes, most of the time, it's your state and local government that have a real effect on your life. But when it comes to things like the economy, it's the federal government. And when they're a collection of fucking idiots who are more concerned with meeting some kind of weird quota with appearance, some weird diversity quota, instead of putting the very best people in there. This is what we get. Fucking asshole. You got that stupid ass little fucking troll Janet Yellen as a Treasury Secretary. That bitch sucks. I mean, you know what I found out today? I didn't even know this. She has dual citizenship with Israel or in Israel. Wait a minute. How is an elected official going to have dual citizenship with another country? And I'm sure this isn't the first time this has happened. But it's the first time I've ever heard of it. How in the fuck are you going to have dual citizenship with another country? How? What? You can't do two things at once equally. It's impossible. Your brain can't handle it. So how are you going to serve the people of America and not have the interests of the people of Israel at heart as well? How? How is what you do here not going to be run through the filter of where you also hold citizenship? What the fuck? You can't have dual citizenship. You can't have dual allegiance. You can as a regular citizen. I don't give a fuck what you do. But as an elected official, especially as high on the food chain as the Treasury Secretary, and there were a bunch of people that have dual citizenship with Israel who are in Biden's cabinet and in our government. That Buffalo Bill freak in the fucking Admiral's uniform, Rachel Levine. And a whole bunch of other people. I was like, what? How do you have dual citizenship and you're an elected official? That should be illegal. Owning stock, among other things, and having dual citizenship should be fucking illegal. You want to go live in Israel or anywhere else and be in their government? That's the beauty of America. The door swings both ways. You can come here legally, and you can damn sure leave. You can damn sure leave. What the fuck? I don't like that at all. If you're a regular citizen, I do not care. You can have triple fucking citizenship. I don't care. But if you're either elected official or you're in our federal government, because Yellen and other ones are not elected, but they're in our federal government. They're in the president's cabinet. No. Either renounce your citizenship to that country or you can't have this job. And if Trump had people in his cabinet with dual citizenship, that is bullshit too. Hell no. You need to be America everywhere. Every facet of your life is for America. That's it. If you can't handle that shit, if you want to wear a Ukraine pin on your lapel, then you need to clean out your desk. Your services are no longer needed. You're either with us or you're not. Dual citizenship? How? Like if you're a Canadian actor or some shit, then obviously you're going to be down here in America and Hollywood. That's fine. You got family or a wife or some shit or a husband. They're from another country. You got dual citizenship. Cool. That's your right as an American. Canine lover. I do not have a twinge. Just me. But God, maybe he was like, we can't do this again. Break the mold. But sir, break it. That blows my ass. I mean, blows my mind, not my ass. How? That's right up there. Having an elected official or somebody in the president's cabinet or in our federal government, period, with dual citizenship, that's right up there with allowing China to own farmland in America, or land, period, but especially farmland, because we don't use farmland to feed us and the rest of the world or nothing like that. And maybe that's just stupid. Maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist. You're crazy, Jericho. It's not like China, our number one enemy in the world. They would never do something or put something into the ground to make it infertile, to poison it. They wouldn't do that. Right? Of course they fucking would. Why would you let China own farmland? China can't own, you can't own a food truck in our country. You can't own a hot dog cart. You can't own a kiosk. Like when you go to the mall and they got the gold chains and the phone cases. China, you can't even own that. How stupid is that? You think the American government owns land in China? And if they do, China, you're a dumbass for doing that. What? How fucking stupid, how retarded is that? Oh, yeah, you're our number one enemy? Of course you can buy farmland. You dumbass. Fuck. Gone are the days of being like enamored by these politicians. All the things they have, the security and the suits and the clearance, and all they're on TV. Fuck them. Those people are evil pieces of shit. How in the hell you... Let me focus on some generosity here, okay? I don't want to get the anger blood. Nima, thank you for the C note. Come on in behind the velvet rope. Take your seat in the VIP C note section. Thank you. I'll compensate for the $2 guy. I've been blessed and I've been subscribed for a few years now. So here you go. Sadly, I benefit some from Biden getting us involved in BS wars. That's all right. You're doing good things with your money. You're supporting a good cause. What are you going to do? Ugh. Like, it can't be real. You almost wish that somebody would shake you and wake you up and tell you that it's just a dream. It's just a dream, man. It's not real. There's no sloppy, feeble-minded, senile fucker at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We're just kidding. It's a dream. Oh, whew. Wait. What about his VP? Is she real? Oh, you mean that cackling harlot? Of course not. That was part of the dream too. So our border's secure? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. LSU, what did you do? And it's so funny how, so of course, Jill Biden played a bigger part in this visit. Normally, it's just the president that talks. But of course, she had the bulk of the speech because, they're ladies. We got a girl power. Let's get a woman out there to talk to these women because that makes sense. So stupid. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, here we go. Shit is so stupid. Jill Biden, why are you talking? Why are you talking? Shut your mouth. You're an idiot. Let's check in on his sloppy ass. Oh my goodness. What a fucking joke. What an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment. It's a fucking. He's the equivalent of when you're in high school and like you got some hot teacher or something you can't, or you're having some filthy thought run through your adolescent mind and you got a hard on and you can't get up and go in front of the class. Or like if you're a girl, if you get your period at school, like this is the equal level of embarrassment right here. Fucking asshole. Sorry, you got to hear him.
One more thing. We're hosting UConn's men's basketball team later today. And
we're hosting UConn men basketball team. I think it's men's. Gotta put that apostrophe S, shows possession. Anyway.
The men's champs.
What happened? What happened, Puddin'? She went down. Hold on. Wait. What the fuck is this? What is that? Why are you wearing an airbrush flea market jacket to the White House? And I said the same thing about Marshawn Lynch's dumbass when the Sea Bitches won the Super Bowl and he went to the fucking White House wearing a sweatsuit. Fucking embarrassment. What is this? Hold on. Is it? Well, who is on the back of that damn thing? Is this somebody who died or something? Is that somebody who died? That just looks fucking ghetto. So it turns out the girl was okay. She was fine. But she passed out. I've been there. I passed out before. But that's just funny. So hold on a second. Let me pull up an article for you so we can enjoy all of the nuggets, all the juicy, sweet morsels from the LSU women's basketball team. Visiting the fucking White House, and Sloppy Joe did not disappoint. Sloppy Joe went out there like, look, I'm going to fuck somebody's name up today, and that's that. Okay? He called Angel Reese Angela. Angela. Close in spelling, but not pronunciation. Angel. Call her Angela. Says, what bad blood? There we go. It says, what bad blood? LSU star Angel Reese and First Lady Dr. Jill. I'm not saying that. Jill Biden hugged it out on Friday when the NCAA champion Tigers visited the White House. Reese took umbrage at Biden's reaction to LSU's 102-85 win over Iowa on April 2nd, in which she expressed a desire to invite both teams to D.C. The 21-year-old publicly rejected the First Lady's idea of a dual invite, which was also walked back by the White House staff, of course, like most of the shit they say, only to say she would join the teammates in D.C. during an appearance at the Sports Center. Here we go. Is this? I'm handing out the jerseys. Who gives a shit? You know, hey, can I sniff you real quick? You're a little old for my taste. So. Oh my goodness. So this is Jill Biden. Says every basket was pure joy. And I kept thinking about how far women's sports have come, she added. We've made so much progress and we still have so much work to do. Stop. You notice they don't say this shit when the men come through. They don't say, oh, I'm so proud. Every shot was pure joy. Shut the fuck up. But they don't say this shit for the men. They don't have this fake uplifting garbage for the men. Why? Because they know the women's basketball is an inferior product. Sorry, it is. I don't understand why they don't lower the hoop. Lower the hoop to like 9 feet. The ball is already smaller. So I don't want to hear any shit about, oh, that's not fair, a shorter hoop. You already have a smaller ball. The men's ball and the women's ball are 2 different sizes. So you already have a smaller ball. Why not lower the hoop? Then you could start dunking. Maybe you won't fuck up so many shots. Every basket was pure joy. And I kept thinking about how far women's sports have come. Why do you need to say that? Because you're trying to sell it. Come on, girl, put your titties away. You're going to the White House. Do they got no fucking class? You ain't got to dress like you're part of the damn Little House on the Prairie family. Everything doesn't have to be made of denim and down to your ankles. But shit. You're not going to the fucking club? Look at this shit. Put your tits away. She's like, I'm going to get Biden to sniff me. He's going to sniff me. Folks, we witnessed history, he said. In this team, we saw hope, we saw pride, and we saw purpose. It matters. Folks, he's about to say some bullshit when he says folks. Folks, we need to support women's sports, not just during the championship run, for the entire year and every season. Maybe people would if it were a better product. Maybe if you lowered the hoop. But no one is not a significant amount of people are not going to go over and watch women's basketball when men's basketball is better. People want the best thing available. It's great you have women's sports, but don't try to act like people, hey, this is great. Come watch it all the time. No, it's boring. It's low-scoring games, and they're not as good as the men. The president also joked that Reese, who is one of the NCAA's top NIL earners, made the price go up, according to highlight her and Ari Chambers. I don't understand. Whatever. Girl, you made the price go up because you're a champion. Wow, what a rough. Oh, what would Don Imus say? Some nappy-headed hoes. I looked at the team roster. I was like, golly. It's a rough patch. And a bunch of the team members look like they're part of the alphabet soup group. I'm sure when they get in that locker room, it's just fucking scissoring as far as the eye can see. Oh, my goodness. What is it about basketball and the alphabet soup group? Why are so many female basketball players carpet munchers? Why do most of the bottom half of their faces shine? Why are they glistening? I don't understand that. What is it with basketball? Ooh, it's Tifus. Oh, Angela. I mean, Angel. The 21-year-old named most outstanding player of the Final Four during the 2023 March Madness tournament had a change of tune, telling SportsCenter that she would visit the White House and do what is best for the team. She said, in the beginning, we were hurt. It was emotional because we know how hard we worked all year for everything, Reese said. You don't get that experience to go to the White House ever, and I know my team probably wants to go for sure, and my coaches are supportive of that. So I'm going to do what's best for the team, and we've decided we're going to go. I'm a team player, Reese said. I'm going to do what's best for my team. I'm the captain. Good for you, girlfriend. Good for you. But I saw the team photo. I was like, damn, what the fuck? What is it? Why is that? I guess since we're here, we might as well watch. Shut up. Shut up. What a fucking mess he is. Golly, he is such a jackass. Every time I get up there, I'm just like, oh, what are you going to say now? What are you going to do now? Which way are you going to try to exit the stage? Are you going to try to shake nobody's hand? How lost are you going to look while you're standing up there, Sloppy Joe? Ugh. This fucking guy over here. Oh, man. Okay. Show more love, and then we're going to move on to something else. Spun Bearing, thank you again. He says, the media won't cover Dr. Jill putting the cackling hua in her place daily. Like a good cackling Wookiee, the VP goes along with it. She does. She has no conviction. I knew that. That was loud and clear during the when did she run? 2020? No. Yeah, 2020. When she ran in the 2020 election, how early she exited and how little support she got, and then hearing her speak, which I'm sure to most of us, when we were looking at that campaign and we saw Biden do these speaking engagements, these debates and everything, and his appearances on different platforms, like when he said, if you don't know if you're going to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Shit like that. So most of us looked at that and said, there's no way anybody's going to vote for him. If you've watched him speak for 5 minutes, there's no way. Boy, were we wrong. Because that shit was crazy. Alan Quinn. Thank you. What a cool name. My name's Quinn. Alan Quinn. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, love your stance and commentary. Shout out from Duty Raps. Drink insulator. We rap drinks, not dinks. Oh, God's the best. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan. Okay. Ugh. So let's laugh at A.O.C. I'm just going to put in A.O.C. shit and see what comes up. Probably not what you think, you perverts. I know what you guys are thinking. Yeah. Oh, I love it. So what a doofus. She just looks like a fucking dork. A heel? Like she could bite an apple through a fence with her buck-tooth ass. Girl, you're an idiot. But she's part of the squad. The 4 whores of the apocalypse. She was the one up there a few years ago at that stupid TED Talk, whatever she was at. It's an existential threat. The planet's going to be gone in 10 to 12 years if we don't do something. Dude, homeboy is upset. I don't blame you. I'd be upset if she was in charge of my fucking burro, or whatever they call it. Your burrow. Hold on. Don't put your hands on me.
So, sorry, sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're having people write their names on the computer.
American citizens before migrants. Oh.
What a racist and a xenophobe. That guy is a xenophobe and a racist because he said American citizens before migrants. You son of a bitch. That's the problem with America right there. Americans wanting Americans put before the rest of the world. How could he say something so vile? American citizens before migrants? No wonder they escorted you out, sir.
American don't you touch me. Don't touch me. Get your hands off me. Where are you on the migrant issue? You're absent. American citizen. You're thrown back in this country. Where are you? You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Who's booing that? Who's booing what that man is saying? Who's booing her being called a piece of shit? Who in the fuck thinks she's doing a good job in New York City? You guys are there. You live under her incompetence. And you're booing this guy for calling her a piece of shit? I figured the room would have erupted in cheers. Get that guy out of there, and anybody else who agrees with him, lock those doors and release like 15 spider monkeys in there with those people. Are you kidding me? They're booing this guy.
Okay.
Loco Cortez, you motherfucker. Her womb is so polluted. She can have my fucking baby, man. Ugh. Okay. They're okay. Look at her stupid ass. Did you just wake up? Why do you look like that? She looks disheveled. She looks like they just pulled her away from a good coloring book and some snacks. What? I'll go out there and talk. Look at that doofus. Okay. Like everything that guy said was unfounded. That guy was saying pure lies. None of miser. Glasses make me smart. Like everything that guy said wasn't 100% true. The only thing he left out was, why in the fuck did you vote to give that money to Ukraine? Rome 13, I was thinking the same thing. Where's J954? That's your girl. Actually, he dropped her yesterday for somebody else. But he was after her. He must not have ever seen that picture. Fucking horse tooth jackass. Okay. Why be so dismissive? Just like a few months ago where there was another town hall and people were all pissed off. And they were yelling shit at her. And she was just like fucking dancing in front of them. She was dancing like, talking shit. Being dismissive of their complaints and their grievances. Why not engage those people, hear them out, even though they're yelling and cussing, but they're yelling and cussing for a reason. Because you're a piece of shit. Devin Angelo says she can't have my baby. You don't want her to have your baby. What an idiot. Why would you do that? Don't you realize you are a public servant? The people you work for don't have to be nice to you. Why would you speak to them that way? Okay, like, ooh, that guy. Why would he say those things? Because they're true. You do put migrants over American citizens. You did vote to send billions of dollars to Ukraine. You suck at your job. You should be back there in a New York bar doing some coyote ugly shit, not a fucking congresswoman. You're a fucking idiot. with your space lasers and I don't know, huh? Your little fucking sermon you tried to put on, and you hit the podium with your book in one of the most awkward gestures I've ever seen in my life. The world's gonna end in 10 to 12 years. You're a fucking idiot. Why should you be in charge of a portion of America's largest city? You at the bar, the reason you don't work at the bar anymore is they were probably like, hey, when they shoulder tapped you to be the face of their movement, to be a little communist activist, I bet the people at the bar were like, yes, take her. They probably wanted somebody else. They were like, no, take Alexandria, please. She don't know how to make drinks. She's always dropping glasses. Please take her. Get her out of my bar. She's like, yeah, I'll go with them. Why are you a congresswoman? That makes no sense to me. You're a jackass. Shit. Oh my goodness, A.O.C. Jewish space lasers. This shit was weird. Why'd you do that? And don't forget, she was the one in all white on the chain link fence. All those fucking illegals in there in the kitchen cages. Even though your boy Obama's the one who built them. She was on the chain link fence. You see another angle, it's a parking lot. But we've all been there. We've all gone and had an emotional breakdown over an empty parking lot. Remember her at Met Gala? Tax the rich. What? I won too? You idiot. And then when she got faux arrested, or she was keeping her hands behind her back on her own, because everybody does that when you're walking with the police somewhere. You naturally put your hands behind your back in the cuffed motion, even though there's no cuffs involved. You're so stupid. How did somebody so stupid get here? These people fail up. How? Guys, we got to get out of the private sector. Welcome back, Authentically Kennedy. We got to get out of the private sector. We got to get in the government. Because the more you fuck up, the better. You're lucky. Go on, 11-year-old and a 33-year-old's body.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent.
Oh, here she goes. She's going into a Southern preacher mode. Somebody hand her a handkerchief so she can dab her forehead while she's giving you the word of God. Go ahead, Reverend Loco Cortez.
With the Republican Party's continued attack, except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire
lasers. Jewish space lasers.
amount of tropes, and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Apology.
Was threatened. Thank you.
Like if you told an 11-year-old, go up there and act mad, and whatever comes out, it just comes out. What the fuck was that? So for that and many other reasons, Loco Cortez, you are a piece of shit. What was that? Does anybody know what that was? Oh my goodness. Jewish space laser. Oh my God. Guys, she was in the halls of Congress. That wasn't her bedroom or something. That she was in the halls of Congress. What happened? Bud McSmoke. I know what you're about. Thank you for that super sticker. I really appreciate that. Bud. Come on, Bud. Bud. That was Rudy's little boyfriend on the Cosby Show. Yeah, I still watch the Cosby Show. It's a great family television show. I think we're on season 3 right now. Shit, I'm almost forced to watch old TV shows. I can't watch the new ones. They're all chock full of some fucking woke garbage. I got today. My son was on Netflix, and there was a movie in the late 90s called She's All That. And if I'm remembering this correctly, it's one of those movies where it's in high school and she has glasses on and her hair is up. But then, you know, the cool guy's like, we're going to make you hot. So they take her glasses off and put her hair down. And everyone's like, oh, she's fucking fine. Well, there's a new one called He's All That. Yep. That's exactly what I thought. The exact thought that came into your mind when I said that is exactly what I thought. Fuck, it's going to be some woke bullshit. And why are you making a boy's version? That's exactly what I thought. So I was like, nope, turn that off. I got to look into that before I let you watch it. I got to proof watch that show before I let you watch it. And I'm not going to. You just ain't going to watch it. But yeah, I got to watch the old shit. The new shit's all fucked up. So yeah, in our house, we watch the Cosby Show. Brian King B, what up, man? Oh, man. Arun Faye, what's up? He says, I love the Cosby Show and Different World, how they both came together. Yeah, I mean, you talk about back-to-back home runs. And because Different World and Cosby Show were on at the same time. Different World came out in like 1987 when Denise went off to college. So they had like the Cosby Show, then right into Different World, which was about kids going to college and learning and being respectful to the staff there. And it's like all the other TV shows that you'd watch as a kid. You're not watching, looking at it saying, Nathan Hamilton, he says, you need my help building a channel. Hey, email me, jerichogreen2018@gmail.com. I'll help you in any way I can. You're not watching a TV show saying, oh, I see me in there, and that's me. I like this because they look like me. It's just a good show. A good TV show can make everybody feel like they see themselves in the characters. A good TV show removes the color. Yeah, the Cosbys were a black family. Great, but that's not why everybody watched it. That's not why it was such a huge hit. If only black people like the Cosby Show, it wouldn't have been a huge hit because there aren't enough black people in this country. We don't have the numbers. So everybody had to like the Cosby Show for it to be such a huge fucking hit. And with any great TV show, you don't see their color, you just see yourself. You see your family members. That's why the TV shows usually have 3 or 4 kids. So that way you get every kind of kid out there in there. So every kid can see themselves. Watching action movies. King B, yeah. First good thing about a TV show is the intro. Yeah. If you had a fire intro, that was a good show. But just like as a kid, when you're a little boy watching action movies, You're not looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger like, oh, I wish I looked like him. You just see the type of character he is, the badass, the muscles, the guns, and all that shit. That's all you see. Stallone, Seagal, whatever, whoever the 80s, 90s action stars were, or any action star. You just see that I want to be like that guy. You're not bogged down with all that. Oh, remake Commando, but make him a black guy because I want to. No, Commando is good enough. That's a testament to a good action movie because 99% of the kids watching it were not Austrian. And they didn't talk like this here. They didn't talk like that, but they still thought it was fucking cool. Oh, yeah. Zen Manito. Bruce Lee. How many little kids were trying shit? Thinking you knew Kung Fu because you just watched Enter the Dragon. He was Chinese. But that's not why he was a huge hit in America. He wasn't a huge hit among Chinese households. He was a huge hit because kids wanted to be like that. They didn't see that he was Chinese. They just saw he was a bad motherfucker, and they wanted to be little bad motherfuckers too. Dynamite Dragonfly Joe. Rex Rocker. Yeah, man. Since we're talking about it, let's be about it. This guy right here. Huh? None of you look like him. Nobody in here looked like Bruce Lee. But you wanted to have muscles, you want to have your shirt off, and you wanted them damn bloody scratch marks. And you want to touch your scratch marks and taste your blood. Because that's what Bruce did. Running around the house making all them damn noises. Going down to the Asian market and getting those black shoes with the red brick bottom. Don't you tell me I was the only one with Kung Fu shoes. And the girls, what did the girls' Kung Fu shoes have on them? They have a little embroidered rose, little flowers on it. On the top, so you knew they were girl Kung Fu slippers. And the girls' Kung Fu slippers had a little strap. Had a strap with the embroidered roses on it. And there weren't no little boys running around wearing no fucking girls' Kung Fu shoes. Because they were for girls. Man. But now everything, if they remade Bruce Lee, he'd be a fucking black dude. Stop that shit. Leave that shit alone. Rufe says, I have ninja shoes right now, girl. You better hold on to them. Oh, yeah, you got to get the Kung Fu ones, Rufe, and wear some white socks with them, because that's what Bruce Lee wore. That was his uniform. Them little Chinese outfits with the buttons right here and the white collar underneath. Then you had like the tapered leg and the white socks with the Kung Fu. Oh, come on. I wasn't the only little boy who wanted to dress like that for Halloween. Shit. Will Parker. Oh, Black Dynamite? Man, that's a whole nother live stream. That movie is so damn funny. Faithless. Bruce Leroy, The Last Dragon? Yeah, that was it. And that movie was about a black kid who was emulating Bruce Lee. And there was no talk of, oh, I wanted to be, because I didn't see him. I wanted there to be a black Bruce Lee. No, he just thought he was hella cool, just like we all did. I love that movie. As a kid, there's no movie I watched more than The Last Dragon. I can tell you, I can repeat that line word for word. That's why my kids don't like to watch it with me anymore. Well, well, well. It ain't the serious, elusive Leroy Green. I've been waiting a long time for this, Leroy. I am sick of hearing the bullshit Superman stories. I'm at that legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catching bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please. Oh, what a great movie that was. I mean, it sucks watching it as an adult. It was such a low-budget piece of shit. Still cool to watch, but as a kid, that movie was everything. But Black Dynamite, oh, man. Dynamite. Where the great conspiracy in the movie is that the man or some racist white dude is putting dick shrinking medicine or poison in malt liquor and selling it to black people. It's all the blaxploitation stereotypes. If you haven't seen Black Dynamite, holy shit, man. They wrote that movie in 3 weeks. Michael Jai White, and I believe the director. That movie is fucking hilarious. It opens up on him laying in bed. There's a woman of every nationality, white, black, Asian, whatever, laying in the bed. And one of them wakes up and says, "Where you going, Black Dynamite?" He's all, "Quiet. You're going to wake up the other bitches." Going to practice my kung fu. That movie is a cult classic. It's an underrated classic. And then I think on Adult Swim or whatever, they had the Black Dynamite cartoon, which was basically the same characters voicing, or the characters in the movie voicing their characters in the cartoon. Hilarious. Like when you see something that's just a perfect crossover, it was a hilarious movie. Now it's an equally hilarious cartoon. That's what Black Dynamite is. When I think the first episode, his Vietnam buddy, Mr. T, goes nuts and he has to fucking fight him. That's all you need to know. All right, people, I got to go. I told my son I'd take him on a bike ride, and I promised him I have to. And I knew that. I made the promise because, Groudon, come on, Action Jackson, barbecue, huh? How do you like your ribs? It's another classic. Love that movie. But I promised my son, mainly for selfish reasons, because I knew if I promised him I have to go, which means I have to go with him and be active today. It's one of the things they don't tell you about being an adult is that you have to self-motivate. There's no mom or dad to come wake you up 3 times or remind you to do this. It's all you. So that's why I did that, because I know I'd have to go, get out there, move around, break a sweat. So thank you guys. Authentically Kennedy, I sure will. It's always an adventure with him. He's going to ask 1,000 questions and tell me some crazy story through the lens of his little 7-year-old mind, and I love it. I thank you guys for being here. I won't see you Monday on locals.com because it's Memorial Day. I'm taking the family shooting at some public land, so that'll be fun. Thank you guys for your time. I thank you for your support. I thank you for your generosity, your comments, your questions, everything. 8 billion sons of bitches in this world, and you chose me. Let me double check one time just to make sure I got all the super chats, because I really fucking appreciate you. See, I'm glad I checked. Look at this shit. Michael Guest with the super sticker. Thank you very much, Michael. Tammy A, the OG, triple OG. Thank you, Tammy A. And of course, with the most intelligent words of the day, everybody was kung fu fighting. And as you know, the kicks were not slow, they were fast as lightning. And that's the truth. Appreciate you guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Who was it? I can't remember who it was earlier this week, but they mentioned that their dad died in Afghanistan in 2009. So if you have somebody in your family who did give their life protecting this country, whether it be recent or grandpa, Vietnam, World War II, World War I, it doesn't matter. We thank your family member for their sacrifice. We appreciate our men and women who are protecting this country right now. Show some appreciation. If you run into a vet, feed them, fuck them, do something. Show your appreciation in some way. But they love that stuff. Appreciate you guys being here. You were great. I was great. So that means that we were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.